The Horoscope by Barry Kinsella. Frankie had turned the pages of the newspaper. Page 3 had been a letdown, not his type at all. When would they show a brunette again after all those blondes? There it was, squeezed in between a crossword and the Sky Digital Review. He wished they wouldn't move it around. Last week it was by the side of the agony column, which didn't improve his concentration. Eagerly he scanned his birth sign, Gemini. You'll finally find yourself able to put back some of the savings that have been swallowed up by the events of the past few weeks. Thank goodness for that, he thought. The past 2 months had depleted his bank balance to the point where it needed an urgent injection of cash to keep him solvent. First there had been Sally's wedding, a marvellous day, but it had set him back thousands. Immediately afterwards the central heating boiler had succumbed to an attack of hard scale. Still, it had lasted 28 years. His car, although old, had run like clockwork until it developed engine trouble, which resulted in a major overhaul. Another 1,000. His savings stood at 1,500 quid. But he had already promised his wife a holiday in Benidorm. The deposit was already paid, but he needed money quickly. Frankie believed implicitly in his horoscope, the truth of which was confirmed 1 week when it advised him to keep away from water. His neighbour with the same birth sign ignored it, fell out of a rowing boat and drowned. He wished the advice could be a little more detailed. 2 days had gone by. No sign yet of any money. He scanned it again. Of course! How had he missed it the first time? There at the bottom was his chance of winning the lottery. A whopping 71%! He became excited. He had never seen such a high percentage against any birth sign, never mind his own. There was no time to be lost. He withdrew the rest of his savings and retired to the potting shed at the bottom of the garden. Frantically filling in dozens of lottery slips, he had no plan or system because he knew he was going to win. Later, paying for them, he was given £1 change, which he exchanged for a scratch card. He could hardly contain himself until Saturday came. His mood was so buoyant that his wife accused him of having a fancy woman on the side. At last, 8 o'clock on Saturday night arrived, and he retired to their bedroom pleading a headache. Switching on the television set, he stacked the tickets in neat piles and got to work. 2 hours later, the bed was a sea of losing lottery tickets. Frantically he rechecked. What had gone wrong? How could this be? The lone scratch card caught his eye. He could hear his wife's footsteps on the stairs. He rubbed the card, the figures blurring before his eyes. "Darling," he announced as the door opened, "we've won £100,000. Barry hails from the Midlands area of England and writes all his own stories and poems. To see more of his work, please go to Amazon and type in his name, Barry Kinsella. Thank you.